Hi, and welcome to another episode of Flemings Forum. This is our third season of Flemings Forum, and today I'd like to have my students introduce themselves to you. But first, let me introduce myself to you. I'm Sean Fleming, the assistant principal here at Nauset Regional High School, and today we have some leaders of our school who are in clubs and activities, and they will tell you who they are. But I'm going to start down the end with this gentleman. He'll start and tell you who he is and where you're from and what grade you're in.
I'm Michael Sanborn. I'm a senior at Nauset. I live in Yarmouth, so it's quite a hike up here. But I'm the president of the Model UN Club. So.
I'm Grace Fleming. I'm a senior as well, and I live in Eastham, and I'm the president of the National Honor Society.
I'm Isabel. I am from Brewster, and I'm the president of the Human Rights Academy.
I'm Corinne Monger. I'm a senior, and I live in Wellesley, and I'm the president of the Nauset Best Buddies Club.
And I'm a senior.
Excellent. Thanks, everybody. And some of you are in multiple clubs, right? Mike, how about you? You jump around to many things on campus.
Yeah, I'm in the student council, student senate, and as well as just like sports teams like tennis and stuff like that. So.
And a member of the National Honor Society.
Yes, as well.
Thank you. Yeah. And Grace, you do some other things?
Yes, I'm part of Model UN. I do STEM Club, Gardening Club, and Student Senate for grade.
I play soccer and basketball in the fall and winter, and I also am in the Student Council, Feminism Club, Student Senate, and National Honor Society.
I play ice hockey and golf, and I'm also in National Honor Society.
So let's just say, for most of the year, your plate's pretty full.
Definitely.
Yeah. Not a lot of time on the side. Mm-hmm. How do you do it, fellas? We're going to start with you because you're as far as athletics. So like right now, you are playing a sport. You're the only one playing a sport and juggling and getting ready for college. Give me an idea of how your day goes as a high school senior.
Like hour by hour?
You can just tell us.
Okay.
I mean, people out there in the Nauset community are saying, "You guys are doing a lot. How do you do it and still have fun?"
Okay. So I wake up, go to school and everything. I try and aside from all the clubs and sports and stuff, we also as seniors have college applications and everything on our plate. So whenever I have downtime in class, I always try to do some college things here and there. But I don't know, I guess my secret is just like late nights.
Late nights. So let's talk about that because Monomoy School District just followed what we did a few years back and went to school a little later. What about that late start? Does that help you guys? I know you get out of school a little later in the afternoon, but that late start in the morning, does that help with
I think it helps.
those late nights prior?
That's half an hour of sleep or half an hour to like get homework done, so I like it.
Right.
Yeah.
And in the morning, Grace, we'll talk about the National Honor Society. You guys do a lot before school and after school with students?
Yes. We offer tutoring both before school and after school, depending on when the kids, our tutors, can tutor other kids. And we have a schedule open, and we're hoping to get it started within like this week to try and get like as many students who need help.
Okay. If there's freshmen out there, they're all watching the show. It's very popular. If they're watching this, where do they sign up? Like, if they're having trouble in math, how do they know who to go to, or is it history? Who do they go to?
Right. So we try to post the schedule when we know it on the daily bulletin, and they can also talk to some of their teachers about who they recommend for tutoring, because we can definitely set up certain times. But you can just come into the library when anyone's signed up, and they can definitely refer you to someone or help you themselves.
Perfect. Okay. Some events that are coming up. I know really shortly, I don't know if this will air on when it happened or not, Best Buddies has an event coming up on the 23rd.
Yeah, so on the 23rd, all the chapters, or we try to get most of the chapters, I don't know if they're all going, but Nauset's going to something we call the Friendship Walk. So we all meet in Plymouth, and you can bring anybody of all ages. It doesn't just have to be in high school. And basically everybody just gets together for a day, and you just make friends, and you all walk and talk and meet new people.
Great. We're very active in the Best Buddies,
Yes.
the chapter. You see that, and tell the folks, like, what do you guys have Olympics and all? Talk about this, what you guys do.
Yeah, so the Special Olympics is really fun. Last year it was at Monomoy High School, just like the local one, and there are like games set up, like basketball games, and it's like football and beanbag toss and stuff like that. But there's also, like, for people that don't like the active stuff, there's like face painting and arts and crafts and stuff. And so NASA tries to go to that every year. And it's sometimes there's always one in the spring, sometimes there's one in the fall, and we bring our buddies, and they really enjoy it.
Excellent. Human Rights Academy has something coming up.
Yes.
October?
Yeah, October
Yep.
21st.
Okay. Talk about that.
Yeah, so one of the big things of this year, actually, it's a big event for us. We are going to host a white privilege symposium here at Nauset, and it's a very high-profile event because so many keynote speakers from around the country are going to come, and they're very well-renowned in the topic of white privilege and racism in America. So we're really excited to be hosting that and sponsoring that. And we're hoping for Nauset students to come. I mean, like clergy members, police officers, like government representatives, college professors and college students are coming, but we're hoping that Nauset can have a big representation there as well, because that's something we pride our school on, is like how socially aware we are, and especially with all the different types of clubs at Nauset. So we're hoping that Nauset can have a big attendance there to represent that.
I think that's great. And like our diverse campus this is right in our wheelhouse, because you and Lisa Brown and the whole Human Rights Academy do such a great job. And I think the whole campus does a great job, whether it's Best Buddies, everybody's welcome here on campus. And are we going to we'll get stuff out on social media for this, right? And
Yeah, there's a Facebook page, and then we're also going to try and get the link for registration out, so everyone who's interested. There's a registration fee, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah, definitely. So follow Human Rights Academy on Facebook, right? You
Yep.
guys are on Facebook?
Yep.
And Twitter and everything else.
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram, you follow. You're easy to follow. So if you need information on that, it's easy to find.
Yeah.
If not, you could follow AP Fleming on Facebook. I put all that stuff out on Facebook. Michael, Model UN.
Yes.
The numbers went up through the roof this year.
Yes, definitely.
Explain why and what you guys got on tap for this year, and explain to the people out there, because I know what Model UN is, because I know what it is. But some people don't know. Okay, what is Model UN? We know Donald Trump spoke at the real UN, but
Yes.
what about the Model UN?
So Model UN is a simulation of the real United Nations that takes place in New York, and students from around the globe compete in these conferences that take place throughout the world. And it's just a great place for kids to debate about current events and issues and topics. And it's just like a great place for students to kind of learn about how to deal with international relations and topics that are clearly controversial and stuff like that. So this year we have around 30 to 40 kids in the club. So it's amazing how many kids we got this year. But last year we only had around 20 kids, and we were like struggling to get that amount of kids. But the middle school has had a tremendous program. So they sent us all their students, and we were kind of just training them to kind of get into the high school mindset and go to these conferences and actually do well at them. So we're planning on attending a conference in February 9th to the 11th, and that's at Boston University. So it's in the center of Boston, and kids are going to have so much fun, and we all get to like venture out into Boston and like experience the city, but at the same time we get to go to the conference and talk about current issues that everyone is kind of debating about at the time.
And a lot of times you're assigned an issue, right? And
Oh,
then
yeah.
you research it and whatnot. Grace, you're a member.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so we basically, we choose a country, or countries are assigned to us, and we have to, country or a person depending on what committee you're in. But you kind of research their view on it, so you have to represent their view, not necessarily your own.
All right, give an example, because I know you've done it. You did something with black diamonds. Yours was that?
Oh, yeah, yeah. That was in
I know
middle
Grace a
school,
little bit. She's
but-
got the same last name as me.
Yeah, but I had to represent a country who did kind of want blood diamonds, they're called.
Oh, blood diamonds. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but blood diamonds, like, meaning that a lot of people were killed for those diamonds. So there's this whole thing about not wanting, like, to ensure that you haven't killed anyone by getting the diamonds. And so I had to represent a country that believed that it wasn't important to say if they were blood diamonds or weren't blood diamonds.
Almost goes into the human rights.
Yeah, it's great.
No, they're all coming. It all comes
Oh, it all-
together.
definitely.
I mean, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to go up to BU,
Mm-hmm.
and that's great. It's a weekend. I've chaperoned the
Yes.
trip before down to the UN
Mm-hmm.
when you guys were in middle school. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and it was top shelf across the
Of
board.
course.
I was so impressed,
Yeah.
and it was great.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you guys get involved? National Honor Society or Student Council? Student Council, raise your hand. That's you, right?
Yes.
And you. Homecoming. Let's talk about homecoming. Homecoming is coming up. It's a big event here. What's going on? Isabel, you tell us a little something about homecoming.
So for Spirit Days, you might have to back me up.
Sure, yeah, okay.
I just
Oh, yeah.
read it too, so I'm pretty good on it.
So,
Okay.
do you want me to
You
explain
go.
it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So on Tuesday we have holiday wars. So everybody kind of chooses their own holiday. Well, every grade level chooses a holiday. I believe seniors this year are 4th of July. So we're all going to be dressed up in red, white, and blue. And every other grade, I forget what they're at. But
Doesn't matter.
I think
you
we
just
have
care
New
about
Year's
I know.
Eve.
We
what else?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. What
And
else?
St.
St.
Patrick's
Patrick's
St.
Day.
Patrick's
Day.
Day. There we go. So those are the three others. And then on Wednesday we have
Color Wars.
that's Color Wars,
Yeah.
right? And so seniors are pink, and I believe we also have
Blue,
blues.
orange, and green.
Yeah, okay. Corinne might know more than me. And then on Thursday we have the sports wars, and we have the Patriots seniors, and then I think we have Red Sox for juniors.
Bruins for juniors.
Bruins for
Bruins
juniors.
for juniors.
Red Sox
Sophomores
for
have Red
sophomores,
Sox,
yeah.
and then freshmen have Celtics.
Okay.
So,
And you compete.
oh yeah.
Each day we
Mhm.
there's judges to make sure number of students wearing the colors and such. And then we got powder puff, which is huge.
Yeah.
Are the seniors going to win? Excuse me, are the seniors going to win? I think they are.
I think they're most
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
gonna win.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So powder puff is Wednesday night? I think it's Wednesday night at
Yep.
6.
I don't
That
know.
Spirit Week.
I have no idea.
All right. And then there's athletic
Michael wouldn't know.
Then there's athletic events, the soccer teams, the football teams, the
Yep.
volleyball teams, everybody, cross country, you name it. They're all competing at home that week.
Yep.
Right.
And then on Saturday, there's the homecoming dance.
Homecoming dance. Okay. See, there's
Saturday.
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Friday
I
night.
thought it was Friday night.
Friday night
That's this
football.
football.
We're gonna
Oh.
bring Corinne, let's bring Corinne up to speed. Friday night football. Saturday night dance. Yeah, bring me up to
Good to
speed.
know.
Good. to know.
And throughout the whole week, we're just kind of like collecting points as a class in order to beat out the other classes. So the more people that dress up, the more points you get. If you win powder puff, we get more points, and
We will.
in the
We'll
end,
win.
oh, of course.
Yeah.
When
yeah.
we win.
And then on Friday during the pep rally, we'll announce the winner and see which class won. So, which is
And-
obviously going to be the seniors. but-
Exactly. Speaking of your seniors, your class president, Bevan Burns, is spearheading, really wants us all to bring the cans in because there's a can drive school-wide, right? Is that for what, do we know anything about that? Is
I
that
believe that's for the Lower Cape Outreach.
Lower Cape Outreach is,
Yep.
is getting that, yeah, but who's doing that? Is that the,
Student council
Student
is
council?
organizing it.
Okay.
Yes. So all the classes are going to have to bring in their cans, and we collect them, and we eventually hand them over to the
perfect. And the
outreach
seniors will
council,
win
so-
again on that?
Of course.
Okay, just checking. Great. Okay, so next year, you touched on it, Isabel. The stress level, and I've spoken to Grace at home on this occasionally. Stress level gets up a little bit now because you're at the point where you got early decision if you choose that, finalizing your SATs and all, putting your packet. We always talk about your package to send off to your next step. How are you doing on that? How are your essays and all that? And how's the stress level? And how are your parents at home? Are they, we always talk about you guys, but you might be catching it a little bit of anxiety from your folks at home. You're feeling that, Corinne, at all? And where do you want to go? That's a lot on you right now. So,
yeah, I mean, it's really stressful. I have a tutor to help me with like organizing, which I think is really helpful. Like with all my due dates and stuff like that, and like helping me with my like organize my ideas for my college essay, which has helped me a lot. And just like the process of trying to figure out like what college is right for you is stressful. I know I want to study nursing, and I want to go to the University of Alabama.
We've discussed this, yes.
Yes. I know you're pushing for Auburn, but that's number 2.
Okay.
Yeah, but once applications go in, it's like a kind of 2-month-long process of stress, and then once you get everything organized, it kind of just flies by.
I think once you get them in, a big relief comes. Then you
Yeah.
can just concentrate on all the other things on your plate without that big nugget.
Yeah.
What do you think, Grace? How are you? Give me some. How do you feel about your essay?
Oh, it's coming. You know, I think it's definitely a big talk among seniors, especially those who are applying early decision or early action. They're really talking about like, oh, what's your essay going to be on? And there's a lot of emphasis on trying to stand out. So I think there's just a lot of stress about even choosing an essay topic.
I guess I should mention I'm writing my essay on Best Buddies, on my involvement in Best
Good.
Buddies. Yeah.
Right. Go ahead, Isabel.
Well, an interesting thing about essays is someone I know, he used to live in, I think, like I don't even know the country, but he came to America as a refugee, and I remember him saying that the most like dramatic change that he noticed from the country he lived in to living in America as an adult is constantly having to sell yourself, and whether that be through like college for us or job interviews or anything. It's like we're constantly having to prove to ourselves that
Right.
and to others that like we're a good fit. So I think that's really like a big part of the process. It's just interesting.
For the next couple of months,
Yeah.
boy, oh boy, you are selling yourselves.
Yeah.
For all that you've done these last 4 years, what you contribute to the college or university you want to go to, and how can you be that good fit?
Yeah.
But where are you interested in going?
I've
You have a long list?
I have a couple schools that I've toured.
Yeah. Nothing?
Fordham, Fairfield,
Yeah.
American, UCSB.
Good.
I'm not certain on any schools yet, but I've looked at a bunch and I like them.
Yeah, you're all over the map too. You're kind of
Yeah. Yes.
big
Keeping my
cities.
options open.
Good, good. Grace, where do you want to look?
I'm looking at Bowdoin and Colby, so I'm gonna apply early decision to Bowdoin and
Good.
see how I do. You know.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think you'll be fine. Michael, how about you?
I'm looking more to study business and technology fields. So I'm looking more towards like schools like Lehigh in Pennsylvania, Northeastern, and University of Pennsylvania.
Great, awesome. As we move on here, we've covered a lot here. So going forward for this school year, you've got a lot coming up. You've got a lot on your plate. You need to relax, we know that. But how do you relax? How do you relax? Where do you find that? Like, what's your hobby? Like, I mean, riding horses or what? Corinne, what do you do?
I golf.
You golf.
I golf for fun, yeah. I just like being outside. Like I like fishing too. I just like being outside is like where I find like calmness. And
That's
if I
really
want to
good.
relax, I just do something like yeah.
Perfect. Isabel, what do you do? Soccer might, I don't know if it relaxes you.
Soccer is interesting because it's a source of stress and it's also a source of de-stressing. for
Good,
me,
good.
So.
Yeah, just athletics.
Yeah.
Grace, and you're doing what outside of school to relax?
I like to ski a lot. Yeah, I enjoy skiing a lot. I mean, my family goes up skiing a lot, so that's the major source. And also spending time with my family because they are awesome.
Oh, that's nice. You're an awesome family. Mike, what do you like? You know, what's your stress release?
I feel like the more things you're able to do like outside of school, like improves your work ethic and like you feel better about yourself a lot of times. So I feel like you don't even have to be like fully relaxed all the time. Sometimes it's just doing something you love just can be like everything.
Right.
So to me that's like playing tennis and like just being with my friends sometimes and just forgetting about college.
Just turn that off
Yeah.
for a while. And I can't stress that enough because one of the biggest concerns we see from administrators and stuff, and like those surveys that we keep throwing at you guys, here, have another survey, here. You kind of get surveyed out, but what we see back is academic stress at all levels. And it's like, you don't want to do that to you, but that's kind of what you guys are facing, academic stress.
Yep.
And I hope everybody, not just you four, can find a way to turn that switch off. You do not need to have all that stress, you know, so. But it was a pleasure having you guys on the show. We look forward to maybe, you know, getting you back on. I know there's a long wait, and but, you know, we can try to get you on here.
Waitlisted.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're on. You're on
don't
the
like
first.
that word.
You're on episode 1 of season 3. I mean, people can get this on Netflix. You know, I think they want me on Netflix.
Of course.
Soon.
Live streaming soon.
Yes,
Right,
yes,
of course.
yes, of course. All right, so good luck with the walk. Good luck with the symposium.
Thank
good
you.
luck with tutoring, and good luck with your BU weekend.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for staying with us, and
Thanks for
being
having
on the
us.
show.
Having us.